Okay, this is the manufacturing, the second lesson. Okay, at the end of this lesson, the students must know uh, to assess the work in progress into the manufacturing. Okay, plus what, minus what, where to minus, and everything, and also to identify the items in the manufacturing account. Okay. Okay, now we look at the preparation of the manufacturing account. Okay. Manufacturing account will start with direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses. If you plus these three, we'll get a prime cost. Okay, what's the prime cost? Prime cost is the total of direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses. And it is an essential necessary for the production. Okay, IGCSE questions, there are few times they ask the meaning of prime cost. Whenever the question asks the meaning, you need to explain like this lah. Okay, after that we continue with our format or the account. The prime cost need to plus with factory overhead. Prime cost plus with the factory overhead, then you will get an answer. Okay, this answer, if there is no work in progress, this is your manufacturing cost. But most of the question will have a work in progress. Okay, if you got a work in progress opening, we plus. Okay, work in progress closing, we minus. Okay, remember that, huh? Okay, sometimes the IGCSE question will ask what is the meaning. Okay, define the work in progress. Okay, whenever the question asks you like that, you need to define like this. Work in progress is the goods which are partly completed at the end of the financial year. Okay, you need to explain like this lah. Okay, after that we get the answer. The answer we call cost of production. Okay, then the IGCSE question also sometimes will ask you to define the cost of production. Okay, how to explain? Cost of production is the prime cost plus factory overhead adjusted for WIP. WIP means work in progress. Okay, or you can explain in the easiest way, it is the total cost of the manufacturing the goods completed. Okay, you can explain like that also lah. Okay, remember the manufacturing cost or manufacturing accounts items are direct material plus direct labor plus direct expenses. You will get a prime cost. Prime cost plus with factory overhead plus with work in progress opening minus work in progress closing, you will get a cost of production. Okay, let's do one question. Why it is necessary for a manufacturing business to make an adjustments for work in progress in its manufacturing account to calculate what is needed to complete production? I don't think so. Answer. Okay, next one, to record all the factory costs. No, we don't want to record all. Whatever completed only we record. So number 2 confirm wrong. Okay. Number 3, to show only the cost of the goods completed. Yes. Okay, answer is number 3. Answer is D lah. How does a manufacturing business calculate the production cost of goods? Okay, how does a manufacturing business calculate the production cost of goods completed? Okay, you remember that just now we do the format. Okay, prime cost need to plus with factory overhead. Okay, opening work in progress plus or minus. Okay, it's last year's one. Okay, last year they didn't finish, so they sent to this year. So this year we need to plus. So opening we will plus, and then the closing minus. Why we need to minus? Because we haven't finished this year, so we will send to next year. They will complete next year lah. So for this year the closing will be minus. So the answer is A. Okay. Okay, let's do one example of the manufacturing account. Example 1. The following information was provided by the current manufacturing company on the 30th April 2016. Okay, this is the information given to us. Then the question asks us to do prepare the manufacturing account of the current manufacturing company for the year ended 30th April 2016. Okay, before we start doing the manufacturing account, we need to do some small analysis on the items given in the list there. Okay, basically we have 4 portion or 4 category in the manufacturing account: direct material, direct labor, direct expenses, and factory overhead. These are the 4 things. Okay, first direct material, I will label them as a DM. Okay, direct material DM. Direct expenses is a DE. Okay, direct wages DL or DW also can. Okay, the last one is FO. Okay, the first one, raw material opening inventory, we will label as related to direct material, so DM. Closing inventory also DM. Okay, purchases, of course we purchase them direct material, so we DM. Okay, carriage on purchases, yes, it's related to the purchases of a direct material, right? So it's also DM. Then after that we have factory wages, and we have a direct and indirect. Factory wages direct will become DW because it's a direct wages, right? Okay, but factory wages indirect will become factory overhead. Okay, royalty is a direct expenses. Okay, direct expenses is DE. And then the factory insurance is factory overhead, factory rent, factory overhead, factory general expenses also factory overhead, depreciation, no, factory overhead. Okay, all the factory overhead is indirect. Okay, indirect expenses we will label as factory overhead. Okay, now we'll prepare the table. Okay, normally we write the company name and also the title. Okay, first we start with direct material. Okay, direct material, you remember the manufacturing account, right? Direct material plus with what? Direct wages, then plus with direct expenses, we will get a prime cost. Prime cost plus with the factory overhead, we get the answer. Okay, for this question we don't have any work in progress, so no need to worry about the work in progress. Okay, we start with direct material consumed. Okay, cost of direct material consumed. Okay, how to calculate cost of direct material consumed? This is the formula to calculate cost of direct material is similar to your cost of sales. You remember, in a cost of sales, opening inventory plus purchases minus closing inventory. Yes, we will follow the same concept, same formula. Okay, so we start with opening inventory of raw material. How much is the opening inventory of raw material? Can you see that? Yeah, it's 14,900. We write here. Then after that, this opening inventory need to plus with purchases. Okay, do you have any purchases? Yes, we have a purchases of raw material is 181,200. Okay, we write there 181,200. Okay, in this one, and then I can see there's a carriage on purchases. Okay, carriage on purchases, carriage inward, actually we need to plus the purchases. So the under the purchases of raw material, we write carriage on purchases, which is 3,300. Okay, that's it. We plus all these three, we get a total of 191,400. Okay, this total need to minus with closing inventory. Do you have a closing inventory for raw material? Yes, we have closing inventory of raw material, which is 15,300. Okay, 15,300. So we take a 199,400 minus with 15,300, we will get a answer. Okay, this answer you just write beside, or you want to write down also can lah. Okay, but normally we write just beside the closing inventory. And this one, first we already calculated cost of material consumed, so which is DM. This DM need to plus with DW, which is direct wages. So do you have any factory direct wages? Yes, we have a factory direct wages, which is 166,100. Okay, after that we have a direct expenses. Do you have any direct expenses? Yes, we have a direct expenses. What is your direct expenses for this question? Royalties. So we write royalties. The royalties will be 10,000 ringgit. Okay, 10,000. Okay, so now we plus the cost of material consumed plus with direct wages plus with direct expenses. We'll get a prime cost. Okay, this prime cost need to plus with factory overhead. Okay, we need to plus with the factory overhead. Okay, what are the factory overhead? The first factory overhead that I can see in the question, in the list, from the top to the bottom, I check from the top to the bottom, I can see factory wages indirect. Okay, that's a factory overhead. Okay, the indirect wages, which is 93,800, you write there. And then we have a factory insurance, so we write insurance 2070. And then we have a rent and rates, so we write rent and rates 2930. After that, see the question, we have a general expenses. Yes, general expenses is 6350. The last one is depreciation of the machinery. Yes, write the 9,500. Now we total up all the depreciation and write how much is the total. Okay, total up all the factory overheads, actually, sorry. And then the prime cost need to plus with the total factory overhead. Then the answer is 474,850. This answer is cost of production. Okay, this is the formula to calculate manufacturing costs. Very simple. Cost of direct material plus direct wages plus direct expenses, you get a prime cost plus with factory overhead, you will get cost of production. Okay, we do example 2. Example 2 is WIP. We include the WIP lah, work in progress, opening and closing. You remember, work in progress opening, we plus. Work in progress closing, we need to minus. Remember that. Okay. The following information was provided by the current manufacturing companies on 30th April 2016. They gave you the prime cost. They already calculated the prime cost, and also they already calculated the factory overhead. They give you work in progress opening and closing. Okay, the question: prepare the manufacturing account for current manufacturing company for the year ended 30th April 2016. Okay, since the question already give you the prime cost, which is 360,200, we write that as a prime cost, and this prime cost need to plus with factory overhead, which is 114,650. Okay, we plus these two, we get an answer. If there is no work in progress, this is our manufacturing cost. But this question we have a WIP, so we need to plus with work in progress opening, okay, which is 8790. We plus together, get the answer, and this answer need to minus with closing work in progress. The closing work in progress is 8640. Whenever you minus this, and then we'll get 875000. This is your cost of production. Okay, this is example 2. Okay, now we see example 3. Example 3 is all about calculation of the unit cost. Okay, per unit lah. 1 unit is how much. The manufacturing company, the current manufacturing company makes one type of identical product. The cost of production during the year ended 30th April 2016 was 475,000, and a total of 20,000 articles were completed. Okay, then the question asks us to calculate the unit cost. Unit per unit is the cost of per unit. Okay, the formula to calculate cost of per unit is cost of production divided by number of the unit produced. So how much is our cost of production is 475,000, 475,000. How many unit we produce is 20,000, so divide by 20,000, we'll get the cost per unit, which is $23.75. Okay, that's it for our second lesson. Okay, in this lesson we learn the item in the manufacturing account, which is direct material plus direct labor plus direct wages. You get a prime cost, the prime cost plus with factory overhead. Okay, if there is a work in progress opening, we plus, work in progress closing, we minus, and then in the total we get a cost of production. Okay, after that we learn how to calculate the cost per unit. The formula for cost of per unit is cost of production divided by number of the unit produced. Okay, thank you.